So funny story, the bathroom has the best lighting in the house. Cass, when you said, I can see you, can you see me? I kind of freaked out a little bit. And I was like, my computer is watching me. Yeah. That was creepy. Guilty pleasure TV show. This might sound kind of weird, but I'd probably have to say Trauma. I know it's kind of like a weird guilty pleasure type TV show, but yeah. I mean, I want to be a doctor or a nurse or something like that when I grow up, so yeah, I like that show. And I keep telling myself, like, I'm not going to watch the show. I'm not going to watch it. And then I end up watching it. And then it just goes back into a cycle of me telling myself I'm not going to watch it. And then I do it because it's kind of disturbing, but at the same time, I really like it. I don't know. That or Cougar Town. So, for my birthday, 2 of my friends made me cakes, and that was really awesome of them. Yay, thanks guys. And my mommy made me a cake, which I took a video of, so here it is.
My family made me a pretty cake.
Magic! One of my friends was gonna make me a cake that had blue frosting on it and said, the world suck index is at blue because it's your birthday. Isn't that funny? I like that. Because blue is the lowest level. Get it? Ha ha ha, nerd fighter jokes. The night of my birthday, John Green was actually speaking about an hour away from my house, so I convinced my dad to go with me. Here's a clip from that.
All these communities of kids on the internet have kind of taken all of these traits of these creepers and turned them into this hilarious stuffed teddy bear who is a pedophile and who is called Pedo Bear. Oh boy, there is just no better destruction of the Twilight books than having the role of Edward Cullen played by Pedo Bear, which is of course totally appropriate because I will remind you, Edward Cullen is 107. And the reason it's weird when adults have relationships with teenagers is not because we look old, it's because we are. This distinction that is never examined in Twilight at all is a very significant distinction. I will speak about this a little more. There are 2 kinds of reading, broadly speaking. There is the reading that you do purely for enjoyment, where you can read an 800-page novel and never once stop and think, this dude is 107. And it's not okay just because he looks 17 for him to hook up with 17-year-old girls. It's about how many times you've gone around the sun. And if you've gone around the sun 107 times, you have a sort of systemic advantage over those who have only gone around the sun 17 times, particularly if you're chiseled and you don't have to pee. And so you never, you can literally read this book and never, until you see the role of Robert Pattinson played by Pedo Bear, stop to think about how, it's criminal. I mean, it's not just regular criminal, it's massively criminal. You know? It's not like Harold and Maude, it's like Harold and, Maude 30 years from now. So, yeah. The other kind of reading is where you read critically. And the wonderful thing about being able to read critically is that you can read in both these ways at the same time. I straight up love Twilight. No joke. I read it in one sitting, and then I read New Moon in one sitting, and then I read Eclipse in one sitting, and then the last one, it took a while. But it's awesome world building. Edward Cullen is crazy hot, and all that stuff. But at the same time, like, because you know, I've spent a lot of my adulthood reading critically, I was able to like both enjoy it and like be like, whoa, wow, 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 you know, every 3 seconds, which is a very enjoyable experience, actually. I mean, I think, so like, when you're in school and you're like reading for symbolism and you're like, oh my God, if this person tells me that the red hunting cap represents his dead brother's hair one more time, Catcher in the Rye joke if you haven't read it. Spoiler. Sorry, I'm the right, you say spoiler before the spoiler. I'll learn that someday. When you read Catcher in the Rye and you're learning this, and it's a little bit annoying sometimes and you feel like the book is being ruined for you or whatever, what you're learning is you're learning how to read critically and non-literally, which is a hugely important skill even if you don't care about books, because non-literal communication is like 95% of how we talk to each other and how we tell each other how we feel. It's how we're able to interpret like the mixed CDs that the boys we like give us, and like how we're able to understand like our place in the world, and like learning how to do that better is a very valuable skill even if you don't care about books. And it also allows you to like doubly enjoy Twilight.
Psst. It has been decided, I guess, by Cass and I, that if John is in the video, it negates the time limit, because he's just funny, and like if I had edited half that out, it would have made me sad. And there you go. This time it was way more chill than last time, because last time it was a book signing thing. This was a library had a contest and he was announcing the winners and he was talking beforehand. Like when we first got there, I went and I was sitting in the back because I was kind of like on time but a little bit late. And he was standing in the back, so we just talked for like 10 minutes because he was hanging out in the back. And he pointed out that nerd fighters are always late for events. And I was like, I was on time. And he's like, you are the exception. Go you. It was really funny. And then when he found out it was my birthday, he sang happy birthday to me, which was funny. He made the entire room sing, or what was left, because I didn't really go up until the end, because I already talked to him before, and I figured people should get a chance to go hang out with him. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. My dad ended up buying me a copy of Looking for Alaska, and when he was signing it, I asked him if he would sign with my full name. So he started writing it out, and my full name is, I have three first names and my last name. And as he was writing it, he messed up, so he like scratched it out, and then he wrote fail, and then a big arrow pointing to the scratched out part. And when he finally got it done, he wrote a little arrow to it, and he's like, I did it! It was great. You guys did great monologues. Sorry for stealing yours. It's my idea. Barbara, I kind of want to buy that book now. And you go to a lot of concerts. Paul, feel better. I'm glad that you're feeling better from the last week, but I hope you're feeling even better by now. And Cass, I hope you feel better too. Sammy, we still miss you. And Meg, it was great to have you back. This video was edited like crazy and it's still really long. Sorry guys. But yeah, like Cass said, the time limit apparently doesn't apply when John's in the video. So I tried to cut out all the other small things that didn't really need to be in this week's. So I'll put them in next week's.